In this video we're going to solve the following two equations. So we're going to start with the leftmost problem to begin with. Since this equation has a couple of denominators, we're going to figure out the least common denominator, that's 2x. And then we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by 2x. So as soon as we distribute the terms, we're going to get 9 times 2x over x, and then we're going to get 4 times 2x over 2x. On the right hand side we get 7 times 2, 14, we're going to get 14x. So then on the left hand side there will be a few cancellations. In the first term we're going to cancel out x's, in the second fraction we're going to cancel out 2x. So in the end we're left with 18 for the first fraction plus 4. All of that is equal to 14x. So 18 plus 4 is 22. And dividing out 14, we end up with x being equal to 22 over 14, which is the same as 11 over 7. So the answer to the first equation is x equals 11 over 7. And so that number is actually working out in those fractions since x is not 0 and we don't run into the division by 0 problem. Now if we talk about the second equation, we see that, well, on the right hand side it's possible to factor out 3 out of 3x plus 3. So we're going to do just that, factor out 3. Now it's easier to figure out the least common denominator. It's going to be x plus 1 times 2 times 3. So each of those three denominators should go into the least common denominator as a factor. So the least common denominator will be 6 times x plus 1. Now we're going to multiply both sides of the equation by 6 times x plus 1. And we're going to literally distribute 6 times x plus 1 in numerator of all of those fractions. So we're looking on 7 times 6 times x plus 1 minus over x plus 1. That's how the first fraction looks like. Minus 3 times 6 times x plus 1 over 2 equals 5 times 6 times x plus 1 over 3x plus 1. And the first fraction, x plus 1, is going to cancel out. In the second fraction we can reduce it by 2. In the last fraction we're going to cancel out x plus 1 and we're going to cancel 3 in denominator. So we're going to be left with 7 times 6, which is 42 eventually. So it's 7 times 6 minus 9 times x plus 1 equals 10. So 3 times 3 is 9, 5 times 2 is 10. So we're looking on 42 minus 9x minus 9 equals 10. Combine like terms on the left hand side. We end up with 33 minus 9x equals 10. So subtract 33 from both sides and we're looking on negative 9x equals negative 23. Divide by negative 9 and we have the value of x, x being equal to 23 over 9. And since this value does not make any of the denominators into 0, that's going to be our answer. So x is equal to 23 over 9 for the solution to this equation.